I might be alone in this, but I do think that the Overwatch community is a little too hung up on cosmetics and their prices. Let me explain. Hey guys, I'm James here from the Omnic Post. We are 8 months into the release of Overwatch 2, and to this day, one of the most common negative comments on the game is the price of the cosmetics. But in my opinion, we should not care about cosmetics at all. Why? Well, first off, it is something that we are holding on to from Overwatch 1. A remnant of an era, on which some of us look back with a fondness that is a tiny bit skewed, to say the least. The problem is that we all kind of forget how the game was before they stopped making new content, back in 2019, when the animals could still talk. That is such a dad joke. The Omnic Post already existed at that point, actually for a few years already. I already posted on Instagram at that point, and I remember vividly how people were commenting that the skins were lackluster. How they got a ton of loot boxes during a 3-week event and none of the skins they wanted dropped. One of the most common comments at that point was they should give us a system that allows us to unlock these skins by playing the game. I know, right? But anyways, back in that day, the focus on the skins was kinda warranted, since it was one of the few forms of progression we had in the game. Collecting all the cosmetics for a certain hero, collecting all the cosmetics for an event, collecting rare skins. It wasn't as much about the skins themselves as it was about collecting them. Like my granddad collected his stamps. But as with the skins in Overwatch, my granddad, when he got a rare stamp from a friend in the States, and it arrived, he put it in his book, and he didn't look at it ever again. Think about it, when do you get to see the skin that you have equipped? When you select your hero, when you accidentally emote and die, and in the end game screen. That's it. For the rest of the time you're watching weapons and hands. Have you even looked down? There's nothing there. It's creepy as hell. I know, I'm generalizing a little bit, and I do not want to put down the effect or the value of personalization. I myself do enjoy switching to a skin, because it looks badass to show off I was at BlizzCon, but I've noticed for myself that ever since the switch of Overwatch 2, my interest in the skin has gradually lowered. And that's not only because I would go bankrupt if I tried to buy all of them, but mainly because there are other sorts of progression in the game right now. Let's say the Battle Pass, for instance. Have you noticed that people brag about completing the Battle Pass rather than unlocking the Tracer's skin? I'm at level 67, not I'm about to unlock the Reinhardt skin. Throughout the whole of Overwatch 2, there have been 3 instances where I was looking forward to a certain level because of the skin. 2 of them were actually Sigma. Galactic Sigma and Galactic Emperor Sigma. I guess I have a bit of a space thing. There are the challenges, there's ranked, and soon we're getting hero progression, which looks to be pretty elaborate. On top of that, they've been doing so many of these events, each with their own challenges, and with all types of content. These skins have become some type of luxury item. Where there used to be some type of Pokemon game where you need to collect all of them, now there are personalization features, which there should always have been, and which they are in a lot of other games. I've given this example before, but Diablo 4 for instance, which I actually completed the campaign on today. Yeah, thank you. I do not care about the way my character looks. I transmog my look around level 6 or something, and I've stuck with that same look ever since. I'm still that big druid with the big antlers and the furry shoulder pads. The only thing I kinda care about is the puppy on my back, but that is just because it's so fucking cute. But I have not spent any money in that shop, and trust me, all of those skins look amazing. But I don't care. I'm just having too much fun in the game with the content, with all of the progression. And that is actually what gaming is about. Well, for me at least. Playing, progressing, having fun. Not those fancy looking pixels. Alright, now I'm pushing it a little bit. I know. Again, there is value in personalization, in accessorizing, in bragging with your look. My point just is, if we don't let go of how things worked back in the day, which wasn't as good as we remember it to be, we are going to miss out. As they keep adding more and more content, as they keep adding more free cosmetics and more battle passes, more progression, we need to stop hitting that same drum over and over again, and we need to shift our attention. We need to shift our attention to the future and to the actual gameplay. I think that is the most important thing. That is the thing they need to account for. And we as gamers, we're going to be so much happier. And look, if you see that one skin you want, spend some money on it. It will be way more valuable to you than that huge ass list of skins you never equip. Or don't. I don't care. I don't own any shares in Blizzard. Because that is actually the conclusion of this whole rant. If Blizzard keeps improving the game and the gameplay, if they keep adding content, which they will, we as a community will care less about cosmetics. Which means that they'll make less money on the store. So nobody tell them, okay? Alright, deal. Now tell me, do you still care about collecting all of these skins? Let me know in the comments. Come join me during my streams on twitch.tv/DamesIsTV and make sure to subscribe for more updates on Overwatch.